Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to set up my bullet journal for January. I'm so excited to set this up because of two reasons. One, because it's the first month of the year and I want to start my year strong with fireworks and all. And second, because it's my birthday month. I don't know about you all, but I'm always super excited for my birthday month. So I have been searching for good themes for January on Pinterest and Instagram, and I came across firework themes, which I should say is overrated, but I kind of like the orange, red and yellow palette for the January theme, so I wanted to mix that up in my January. As a Harry Potter fan, I was watching Harry Potter marathon yesterday, and the scene where Harry got hurt and this phoenix fly over and use his tears to treat his wound gave me an iconic idea. So I searched about phoenix, their history, their mythology, about their origin, about their beliefs. So I found this beautiful thing, and it was written that phoenix are meant for new beginnings. In many cultures and religions, we find that creation, resurrection and new beginnings are associated with mythological creature called the phoenix. Nowadays we can say that it means growing through adversity and re-emerging. It is a very powerful symbolism that humanity has used as a standard for overcoming and achieving goals. And after reading about phoenix, their origin, I was so certain that I want to turn this beautiful tale and this beautiful bird into my journal setup. Anyways, let's talk about the setup. As always, I start with my monthly cover page, and this year's January theme is phoenix, which represent my new beginning, my re-emerging image of past self and achieving new goals. So for the cover page, I drew this big phoenix with blaring fire wings and tail. To complement this drawing, I drew many arrows and circles like the one you see on tattoos. I used to be a big fan of tattoos. I have a lot of sketchbooks filled with tattoo designs, so it was a trip down the lane. I opened my sketchbooks from years ago and took some inspiration from them. As I was scrolling through them, I felt so happy looking at how terrible I used to be at art and how much I progressed. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm learning each and every day, which made me realize how elegant this theme is, how it represents evolution of thoughts, evolution of your old self. It is often said metamorphically that you have to die to born again, or that you have to go through difficult situations to come out renewed and grow. So I used watercolors for the setup, and the color palette, just as I said, is orange, yellow, red and some mixed up version of brown. I'm going to use my aqua markers for the headers on this setup, and for writing January I am going to use cocoa brown color. The font I used for the header is kinda inspired from mixed up font I found on Pinterest again. So yesterday I went to this stationery shop. I wanted to buy glitter watercolor set. Unfortunately, it wasn't available. I didn't able to find it there. However, I found this tiny bottle of glitter sparkles, and I thought that maybe this would work out too. Hence the blaring fire wings and tail gonna shine and sparkle like never before. On my previous monthly setups, I always use the cover spread for my tiny calendar, but this year I want to write a few lines like a quote on my cover spread. For this, I am drawing a box that is carved out from the corners, and for the tiny leaves, I am using my dark old rose aqua marker, and I put the quote, "So I close my eyes to old ends and open my heart to new beginnings." And to say that I'm not in love with my January cover page would be a lie. Now moving on is going to be my monthly log. This spread is inspired by Plant-Based Bride. I just love her videos and how neatly her spreads are. So I tried to make this spread as minimalistic as hers. For monthly log, I made tiny boxes for the days of the month, and on the bottom corner of the page, I drew the similar box from my cover page, and I wrote new chapter in that box. This year, I'm trying to focus on good things and affirmations. So, in my setups, you will find many tiny little quotes here and everywhere. If you're facing a fresh start in life, it is important to stay motivated and understand that you're moving towards a greater future for yourself. From starting a new job to studying to your first year at university, which I'm going to start this year, by the way. Every fresh start is an achievement that is worth recognizing. Well, on the next page, I am again drew similar phoenix, and I am using my gel pen from journalsay. You can use my code Serene Journal for 8% off on your order from journalsay. Alright, I'm using my watercolors again. One of the best aspects of watercolor painting is that the fact that it is incredibly easy to set up. All you have to do is take out your journal, paints, brushes, mixing palette, and 2 jars of water. And voila! You're ready to start painting. I will be the first to say that you don't need a gigantic closet full of watercolor supplies in order to create beautiful paintings. Anyways, to add the finishing touch to the spread, I am using that tiny bottle of golden glitter again. I'm not going to lie, I loved how this glitter is giving a whole different vibe when used it on the spreads. And here we go, we have our monthly log done, neat and with fireworks. Now moving on is going to be my expense tracker. I don't have much expenses in a month, but I felt the need to know how much I spent on everything like stationery, the most important and most bought items of the year. So again, I am using my aqua markers, namely dark old rose shade and warm grey shade. So I made 3 columns for this expense tracker, where one is for the date the item is bought, and one for the description of the item, and third is for the amount that item had cost me. And in the last, I will calculate the total amount. Since I already told you I'm not a big on expense tracking thing, so I dedicated only half of the page for the tracker. I again painted a phoenix underneath the expense tracker. On the other side, I am leaving the right side of the page empty, and I drew a similar box with tiny leaves on corners for my wish list and gifted items. Now you might be concerned why I'm leaving the right side empty. I'm actually want to cut the wings and made the next spread a little Dutch tour style. We will come to that spread later. As for now, I liked how this spread has turned out, and the phoenix in this spread looks so divine and beautiful. Not me obsessing over my own bullet journal setup. Alright everyone, moving on, I am going to set up my habit and mood tracker. This spread is my favorite. Let's do it. So I'm using my gel 0.5 nib black pen. I left 12 dots from each side of the page and drew a dove with wings and tails attached to it. So the thing is, I am going to cut the area underneath and above the wings and tails, but before that I'm going to color the wings and tails. Why I did that? Because this way when I cut the wings out, I don't put the paint on the underneath spread and ruin it. So a piece of advice, always paint your touch toes and then cut it out. This way you will do yourself a favor. Alright guys, I just love how these 2 wings are standing out. This spread just made the whole setup a lot attractive. Anyways, the rest of the space in the door, I'm going to use that space for my mood and habit trackers. As before, I'm using my aqua markers. Again, the shades are dark old rose and warm grey. The habit tracker is simply the name of a method that many journalists have been using for years to track their daily, weekly, and monthly habits. Tracking habits can help bring focus and organization to your day-to-day life. Not only that, but the regular practice of tracking can lead to lasting personal development. No matter where you are in life or what goals you are striving for, using a habit tracker can have some profound benefits. Alright, so on the underneath of the right wing, I am drawing the same old style boxes with leaves, and again the aqua marker shade is dark old rose. So on the spread, I'm going to use these boxes for my January goals and my January to-do list. I just love how all my trackers are in one place, and all these three spreads just look so beautiful this way. Alright everyone, last spread is here, and it's going to be my weekly spread. This weekly spread is inspired by Junie's Sun Studio, her whole wheel theme where she cut out waves and made it touch door styled. So this weekly is going to be for 18 days. If you guys want me to record a video for the rest of the weeklies, please comment down below. Alright everyone, let's have a quick flip through of this setup, and I honestly can't believe I'm the one who set this beautiful January theme. I am absolutely amazed by my own theme. If you like this setup, make sure to tell me how you feel about it and what changes should I do in my bullet journal for the upcoming months. The suggestions are always open. Till then, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.